Hey guys, I am back, and this is a frontal I got from ONDIBU Hair. This is an 18-inch frontal, a 13 by 6, I think. Yes, 13 by 6, and I am going to pluck the customize my frontal. Excuse my hands are being super dry. I was washing some other hair and didn't get around to putting lotion on. First of all, I did use this leave-in spray from Organic. No, it was from Matrix, Boscha's um, Hydra leave-in conditioner spray, and that's what I put on the hair before I started to pluck. And what I did was I opened up the hair and then I plucked, and then I basically went around that area. I just didn't stay in one area while I was plucking. And yeah, I just that's how I customize my frontal. I just make sure that I'm not over plucking in one area and I move around. I just keep moving and keep moving, and I part the hair and then I go towards the back of the hair and I just keep plucking. I had at the beginning of this, I had 3 different tweezers that I have purchased. One was Revlon, one was a tweezer I got from Anastasia, and another tweezer that I got I think from the beauty supply store. So that's just me. I'm just going around and parting the hair. And now I'm showing the other one. That's the Anastasia's tweezer that I'm using. And again, I'm gonna show you one side of the hair when I'm done plucking that one area. But I did do the other side in the middle, and I still parted it, plucked, parted it, plucked, and I think it turned out really, really good. So I'm still just plucking. Um, this hair was really dense. This is Cambodian hair from ONDIBU. It's so dense, and this frontal didn't have a border on it in the back. I feel like they just made this because it was so thick, and it still is thick. But I just went into it as best as I can. Um, at that point I thought I put a hole through it, and I didn't. It's a very sturdy frontal. Now I'm going to show you the side, and I had some ways to go. It took me a little minute to get it how I want it to be. I didn't bleach it yet, which I'm going to show you. Bleach the knots, but I really went into this hair. I hate customizing my frontals, but you know, it has to be done. But I think I did a really good job on it and not overly plucking. I also used my shears or my razor to make a little bit of baby hair in the front of it. I'm still trying to find something else to talk about because I'm just like because I'm just tweezing and tweezing and tweezing. I really liked how the color turned out on this hair, and it's so pretty and easy to flat iron as well. I just flat ironed the hair. I didn't show me flat iron the hair, but I will show me curling the hair at a point. But yeah, just plucking away, making that hairline look realistic. Um, and I'm also going behind, as you see. Like I parted the hair, tweeze, parted the hair, tweeze. I really went in on this. Um, I haven't really wore this hair since I made the unit, but because I'm still working, I'm still on some other hair that I just purchased before I got this hair, because I was waiting on the frontal before I can do anything with the bundles. I only used 2 bundles of hers body wave, a Cambodian body wave, or wavy or curly. I think it was curly. And you do not need 3 bundles. Like, you can get away with doing 2 bundles in a frontal. Like, I love ONDIBU. Uh, just 2 bundles in a frontal, and that's all you need. And it just looks so nice and flat and really pretty. And I'm spraying some more of that on the hair. And now that's me with the razor. Making the sculpting a little bit out of my baby hairs. And I'm gonna show you after this the finished look of that side. Okay, now this is how I left it. I really liked how natural it looked. So now this is the opposite side, and you can see how much I really went into that. So now I'm going to pluck the other side and really get into it. I put a comb in there that can stay in that one area so I can really focus. Again, my bad on my hands being so dry and extra white. But yeah, I just went in and just plucked, and you know, part of the hair and plucked some more, and making sure that I didn't stay in one place too long so that I didn't overpluck that area. But yeah, excuse, that's my phone. So just really just going in on it and taking my time. I did take a break, like a couple hours. I had to get the kids off the bus, but I did take my time, go back to it. You don't just sit there and just well at it for a long length of time, because sometimes you end up being tired and you just like, ugh, I'm so over it. So I took a break after I did the other side, and then I came back to it. And just now I'm plucking like the front part of the hair again, still just parting it, plucking, parting, plucking, going in the front, then going, parting it again, and then plucking again, just making sure that I did not stay in one place for too long. Now this is like where I'm okay with. So this is the frontal and the front part and the sides. This is how much hair that I took out. And now I'm going to tint my other frontal. It was from Amazing Hair. I used some very hot water, a couple drops of the Adore Honey Brown, and also used the Rit Dye in Brown. I feel like though working with both of those together really works well for me. So I mix all that together. I use a brush, toothbrush, old toothbrush, and I'm just going to lay the frontal in there, making sure I get all of it in there. So I didn't let it sit for more than like maybe 20 minutes. And then now I'm going to use 30 volume developer and this matrix bleach, which I ended up using like all the bleach. Not on just for the wefts and the in that frontal. So I bleach the knots on the hair, and want to make sure that the mixture is really thick so that I can lay that down onto the frontal. Okay, so this is me just putting the this mixture on my frontal. I over processed my frontal, not this time, but I ended up bleaching it again. I had so much of the dye that seeped through onto the frontal, and then you could really see it. So I ended up having to use some foundation on the frontal to hide. Well, I tinted the knots because it was really blonde, and then I went into just using the foundation to cover up because I use a liquid foundation, by the way. My MAC Face and Body Foundation to help with the knots. Well, more not the knots, more of seeing the actual red color onto the hair. And it was just my bad because of the color seeping through, and I didn't know how to combat the color being on the frontal. So next time I just really have to take my time with it, and me bleaching it again wasn't a good idea. So yeah, that's just me putting that bleach on. Then I went in with a toothbrush just to get some of that bleach off um, the areas in the top so that it wouldn't bleach the hair. Okay, now I'm using same thing, 30 volume developer, and I'm going to take this all over the bundles from ONDIBU. This is the curly Cambodian hair. And I'm just going to take that and just slather it all in there, work my hands through it, because this is going to be like an all over type of color. And these bundles bleach so fast. It was so fast, and they lift really, really high. So I had to really work fast with this bleach. That's me showing you the the bundles that I'm using. And I still did go over again just to make sure that I didn't have like a whole bunch of black bits in there, and I still had to make like a whole nother mixture of bleach. Oh, these bundles bleach so fast. Love it. The color turned out really, really pretty. I'm gonna tell you now that my memory card ended up getting full, and I couldn't show you me bleaching, not bleaching, but me adding the color onto the frontal. Okay, now I'm trying to work really fast to add this bleach onto the frontal, which it took really good, just like the bundles. It's just once I actually colored the hair, I ended up having seepage from the actual dye onto the frontal that I was trying to correct, and I actually fudged it up. But it was still in the end it still turned out really well. Even if I have to put concealer on it, it still turned out really well. You can't see the color through it now, but it's so pretty and soft. Again, I use 30 volume developer and the matrix dye. I mean, excuse me, not dye. Lightener. And as you can see, the bundles kind of like puffed up, and I was working really, really fast to actually go and rinse those bundles out. And I didn't let this hair sit but more than like 40 minutes, I think. It really didn't need, because I already put that bleach on the knots, and I wanted to make sure the knots was okay. Now I'm going into Wild Cherry Adore. I had 3 bottles of it, and it was enough. I started off trying to be all cute and put it in a bowl, but you know, it got real, and I went into it savagely. That's how the hair turned out. So freaking blonde. So blonde. So I just added the color on there, and then I just started just pouring it on there. I did my frontal. I think what happened is how I think how I had the frontal, because I think I started with the bottom areas and I worked my way up and it just seeped through. And next time I know just to be a little bit more careful when I'm doing like a color like this. Usually I put it on my wig head and make it really taut, and then I add the color on there, and I think that's what I should have did. And they're gonna me just going ham, just putting it on there. My camera is going to die at almost at like when I'm done with doing the second bundle. I'm so sorry. It didn't die, but my memory card got full and it was just over. And I haven't yet to edit some more videos that was on my memory card. But I took I think I only used really 2 bottles because the other bottle I still have an extra bottle of that. But I just worked my way through and make sure everything was saturated. And that's that second bottle. And then I went in with that because I wanted to make sure I had enough dye. But yeah, this is part 1. I will show you me constructing the wig. So bye.